Welcome to today's video, where we'll be exploring a common issue that many developers face when working with PostgreSql containers and Ansible. If you're using Docker containers to manage your PostgreSql databases and Ansible for automation, you might have encountered a problem where the container is reading volumes data from Ansible as a directory instead of a file. This can cause confusion and errors in your database setup. In this video, we'll dive into the reasons behind this issue and provide a clear explanation of how to resolve it. So let's start by understanding what happens when you mount a volume inside a Docker container using Ansible. When you specify a volume in your Ansible playbook, it creates a directory on the host machine that is mapped to a directory inside the container. However, PostgreSql expects its configuration files and data to be stored in specific locations, usually as individual files. When Ansible mounts the volume as a directory, PostgreSql sees this directory as a collection of files and folders, rather than a single file containing the necessary data. This can cause issues with database initialization, backups, and even performance optimization. To illustrate this point, let's consider an analogy. Imagine you're trying to read a book, but instead of being given the entire book as a single volume, someone gives you a folder containing individual pages. You'd struggle to make sense of the content, right? That's similar to what PostgreSql is facing when it tries to read data from a directory instead of a file. Now, let's talk about how to resolve this issue. The key is to ensure that Ansible mounts the volume as a single file rather than a directory. You can do this by specifying the correct mount options in your Ansible playbook or by using a different approach altogether, such as using environment variables to configure PostgreSql. To summarize, when working with PostgreSql containers and Ansible, it's essential to ensure that volumes are mounted as single files rather than directories. This is because PostgreSql expects its configuration files and data to be stored in specific locations as individual files. By understanding this nuance and adjusting your Ansible playbook accordingly, you can avoid issues with database, setup, and performance. Thanks for watching today's video. We hope this explanation has helped clarify the issue of PostgreSql containers, reading volumes data from Ansible as directories instead of files. If you have any questions or need further clarification, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more informative content on Docker, Ansible, and other DevOps tools. What's your experience with PostgreSql containers and Ansible? Share your stories in the comments.